Good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you are in the world. Welcome back to this live speaking practice session for IELTS being run with Swoosh and Connetics. My name is Luke and I will be hosting this session. Pretty chilly today in the UK, but fortunately I have some serious cold weather gear, so not feeling it too much. Welcome everybody to this live stream. Hi Alice, great to have you joining us. Hi Pachu. Hi Kristan. Sian. I will get that right one day. So welcome to all of our listeners. Alice asking if she will be able to practice. Talk to Swoosh and Connetics about that. This is run for the Swoosh and Connetics scholarship students. Welcome, Mia. Hi, Mia. I'm not ill. It's just a bit cold in the UK today. So, but thank you for the well wishes. So let's start with our presentation. This is the speaking practice session for Swoosh English and Connetics USA, and my name is Luke. So before we get started, there is a holiday sale until the end of January. Swoosh English are offering up to 50% off OET, IELTS and PTE courses. So head on over to www.swooshenglish.com and you may be able to find yourself a good bargain for January. Okay, so let's move on and take a look at some of the questions. And Pachu asking what the topic is today. Topic about patience. Okay, I will leave you to think about what that means as you are nurses. More than one meaning there. So we have 2 students on the stream so far. We may have some more coming along shortly, but let's get started. So remember, in speaking part 1, these are general questions on everyday topics. Make sure that you answer the question. If our students go off topic, I will be stopping them and asking again. If you speak for too long, it's not a huge problem, but the examiner will stop you. So if I put my hand up or interrupt you, it's not a big issue, but we will be sticking quite strictly to the times that would be used in a real test. And remember, a bit different today. You guys can see the questions here. In a real test, you would not be able to see those questions. So moving on. Today, I want you listeners to focus on pronunciation. Are our speakers easy to understand? Do they have any problem sounds? Do you notice any sounds that they find difficult with their pronunciation? Okay, Jay Shree, yeah, you should have patience to look after your patients. Exactly. Yeah, really, yeah. Yes, good. So do our speakers have any problem sounds? Do breaks in fluency affect their rhythm? So remember, there is a connection between your fluency and your pronunciation. Linking sounds and chunking, those 2 pronunciation features can be affected by fluency. And are they linking their sounds naturally together, or are they breaking every word apart? Bad pronunciation if you are not linking those sounds together. Okay, so starting off a really easy topic here, where you live. And we have our first student, our only students on the stream at the moment. The other one has got a bit worried maybe and run off. Hopefully we will have some more people joining in shortly. So welcome, Donna. Hi, Donna. Hi, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hi, how are you today?
I'm good. I'm at work now. Sorry.
You're at work now. Oh, well, we certainly appreciate you taking the time to come in and join us. Are you okay to answer some questions about where you live?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, Donna. So let's talk about where you live. Where are you living at the moment?
At the moment, I'm currently here in Kuwait. So I've been here for 5 years, I guess.
Hmm. How long have you lived in that area?
As what I have said, I've been lived here since 5 years, and then yes, but I'm from Philippines.
Okay. What do you like about living in your area?
What I like the most is that the people here are very approachable and friendly. Although you are a foreigner, but for them, you are like you're included, like you're a family for them. So with that, you can feel that you're at home.
Hmm. Is there anything you dislike about your area?
If if you will ask me about dislike, maybe I guess I can say that the environment for children, I guess, because children cannot freely go outside because it's a little bit the area was um quiet
Hmm.
what is this
Okay. Fine,
Mhm.
fine. Okay, okay, Donna. Um, what do you think you need to improve most for your speaking? What do you think you have the most problems with?
I guess my grammar and pronunciation.
Your pronunciation is lovely and clear. I wouldn't worry too much. Not too much about the pronunciation at the moment. There are bigger issues that you need to address. Pronunciation is beautiful and clear, really easy to understand. Um, One thing, so you mentioned grammar. One thing that I would note there, you do say children's.
Children.
There we go. There we go. So
Yeah,
just be a
sorry.
little bit careful with that. Um, in terms of pronunciation, when you said one thing about it is the environment, I guess. Nice pronunciation, good intonation, good stress
Mhm.
to communicate an extra layer of meaning. Slightly unsure. Maybe you do quite like your area. Uh,
Mhm.
you'll notice, Jonna, I asked you a question that you had already answered. Saying how long have you lived in that area? This can happen in your test. As you develop
Mhm.
answers, it depends a little bit on the individual examiner, but as you develop answers, you may find that they're asking a question for which requires a piece of information you've just given. In that case,
Mhm.
don't panic. Just say, well, as you did, well, as I've said, uh, give the answer and add a little bit more detail or expansion. Okay. Um,
Mhm.
so do just pay attention to some of those points on grammar. And the most important thing I would say for you to work on is fluency. It takes a little while to get going and maybe a little bit nervous at first, um,
Mhm.
but lots of practice. Okay, that is the best way to improve your fluency. So uh,
Okay.
with fluency, one of the important things that affects your fluency is how often you use words. The more often you use them, the more in your active vocabulary they are, ready to speak. If you don't use them very much, your memory, your brain starts to store them in deeper memory, and it takes a little bit longer to find them. So just make sure you're practicing a lot and get that fluency up. Once you've got that fluency up, then start to focus on the other things like lexical resource. But for now, fluency is really key. Okay.
Thank
All right.
you.
You're welcome. We hope to have you back for a little bit more if you're not too busy at work. Really appreciate
Okay.
you coming along
Thank
and joining
you.
us. All right. Thank you, Jonna, and take you off the stream. Okay, good. So off to a good start with Donna there. Next up, MJ is on the stream. MJ, you need to connect a device, for example, a microphone or camera. Okay, MJ, you have now connected that device. So let's hear from MJ, and then we will have Dorothy. Hi, MJ.
Hi, Luke.
Hi, how are you today?
I'm good. How
Good.
about
Have
you?
you? Yeah, really good. Thanks, really good. Have you been busy?
Quite.
Quite busy, quite busy.
Yeah.
Okay. And what time is it where you are?
Yeah. It, it's actually 7:11 here in United Arab Emirates.
Okay. Also in the Middle East, in the UAE with MJ. Okay, fantastic. So not too late. Okay, let's get started then, MJ. Let's talk about where you live. Where are you living at the moment?
Well, I'm currently living in Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How long have you lived in that area?
Well, I almost live here for about 5 years, and I've been working here as a registered nurse.
What do you like about living in your area?
Well, sorts of things like I learned about the cultural diversity of the country has, and I also communicated with other international, and I also understand the other language that I've learned to the other. I mean, the locals here living.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything you dislike about your area?
Well, definitely because living in a metropolis, jam pack of people is common, and of course, pollution I cannot even avoid because the movement of never escalation of the private and public vehicles are really enormous. And lastly, the place that I'm living right now is I'm away of the nature. I'm away from the nature.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Good. Good start there, MJ. What do you need to work on? What do you think?
Well, maybe I just want to expand my answers more.
Absolutely. Which two?
I'm quite nervous, but wait,
Uh,
anyway, it's my first
yeah.
time.
Yeah. I can hear your voice shaking a little bit where you're nervous. Don't worry too much. You know, we're very friendly and we don't bite, so no need to be nervous. But yeah, it can be nerve wracking knowing that this is being recorded and there are some listeners. So the first two answers could be developed a bit more, but as you relax into the speaking frame, the last two, plenty to talk about and some quite nice language there as well. So talking about cultural diversity, those two words go together really well. Nice co-location. Talking about private and public vehicles, pollution, transport emissions. Yeah, good. So a bit more development on those first two answers.
Yes, I know.
Another thing that you said, here I'm away from the nature. Can you
Yep.
think of another way to say that?
Yeah, living in a metropolis, like, I'm just seeing some high-rise buildings. Like I'm living in a concrete jungle. I,
Brilliant. I'm living in a concrete jungle.
yep.
Absolutely fantastic vocabulary. Yes, well done. And just say there aren't many green spaces or there's not much nature nearby, something like that. Yeah.
Yep.
So the phrasing away from the nature doesn't sound very natural. Another thing you said, you communicate with other international.
Yep.
International
Um. Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, missing a noun there.
Yep.
Or another way to say international people when you're not living in your home country, other expats or expatriates.
Yes.
Yeah, I will pop that into the comments box for everybody. Expat or expatriate. An expat is somebody who is living in a country, in a different country from their native country. Okay, it's not like going on holiday, they're living there. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, good, MJ. With a little bit of prompting and help, you've got some fantastic vocabulary. So let's make sure that we volunteer that for our part ones. Good, well done, really good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, MJ, and we will have you back shortly. Turning now to look at some of the people on the stream. Oh, we've got some messages here. Sian, I live in a city called slap bang in the middle of the city. Okay, I live in a city called Bagadia Al Garabia. Al Garabia. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. It is situated slap bang in the middle of the city. Really good natural vocabulary there. Slap bang in the middle. Not very appropriate for writing, for speaking, quite high level. It's an industrialized area. I've been living here in this city for almost 6 years now. Great, really good vocabulary there. So well done. NASA, hi NASA, welcome to the stream. Lovely to have you coming along. Family Journal, Sir Jasemon, I'm guessing that is. Okay, welcome Jasemon. Great to have you joining us on the stream, and Janelle as well. So thank you everybody for coming along. Last one before we move on to the next topic, we have Dorothy. Hi Dorothy.
Hello.
Hi, how are
Hi.
you?
I'm good. I'm fine.
Good, good. And what time is it where you are?
It's 11:30 p.m. in the Philippines.
Okay, wow, quite late. So really appreciate you taking the time and maybe delaying going to bed to join us. Hope we can give you some useful feedback. So, yeah, have you had a busy week?
A little bit.
A little bit. Okay, right, let's get started, Dorothy. Let's talk about where you live. Where are you living at the moment?
Currently, I am living in my residential home here in the Philippines, and it is located in a rural area.
Mm-hmm. How long have you lived in that area?
I've been living here for since I was a kid. If I was not mistaken, it is already 30 years, and I've been here with my family since I was a kid.
Okay. What do you like about living in your area?
What I admired most in my area is it is known for its tourist spots wherein the foreigners and the tourists would really enjoy visiting our place because of its wonderful scenery and adventures that our place could offer.
Is there anything you dislike about your area?
What I really dislike most and it makes me frustrated is my area is not that highly industrialized and it is not yet a well developed place because there are so many government facilities that are quite lacking and we need to travel to other provinces in order to secure our
Okay,
documents.
okay. Good. Some nice development there. So well done. What do you think, Dorothy? What do you think you need to work on most?
I think I need to practice more on my grammar and the tenses.
Okay, fine. Yeah. Yes. What do you think you do best in your speaking?
When I am talking with Sir Stefan, he said that my fluency and pronunciation are good, but I need to practice more with my grammar and tenses.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So this time round, you've got some quite good grammar and tenses this time. I've been living here for since I was a kid. So for since I was a kid, just thinking and rephrasing slightly there. Yeah, some really nice vocabulary as well, talking about it's a rural area, wonderful scenery. There are adventures that people can enjoy, not well developed, and it's not that highly industrialized. Okay, some really nice vocabulary. I think what may be happening as you're focusing on the grammar and the tenses, your brain is working a bit harder. The fluency isn't bad. You're speaking a little bit slowly at times, and also
Okay.
what it's affecting is the linking sounds for pronunciation. Yeah, so it's
Okay.
a little bit broken up. That is probably because you are working overtime, thinking, right, present perfect, I've been living here
Yeah.
since, present perfect continuous, great use of a tense. The extra work that you're doing could be having a knock on, not a big effect, but it is slightly interfering with the fluency. The pronunciation then becomes a little bit more broken up, but generally quite good. And in terms of your tenses, if that's what you're practicing, you've done it quite well. So well done. Yes, and then the next thing will just be practice so that you can get the tenses and keep the fluency. You want both of those things up. But this is very common as people start trying to fix things like grammar or improve their vocabulary. There can be slight drops in fluency from how they would normally talk, but when they normally talk, it's a bit inaccurate. So it's striking the balance. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. Thank you for coming along, Dorothy, and taking the time. We will have you back shortly. Okay, moving on to our next topic. We have music. Okay, so thinking about music now. In the comments, Jim, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Hi, great to have you joining in the stream. Good to hear that you will be enrolling soon. So let's move on and look at this topic, music. And as you can see there, we've got some headphones, some sheet music, and somebody who thinks no music, no life. So somebody who really likes music writing that sign there. Right, let's go back to Donna. Hi, Donna. Hi, Donna, can you hear me?
Sorry. Yes.
Hi. Hi. How are you? Good.
Good.
Good. Donna, do you like listening to music?
Yes, I'd love to listen to music because it's my way of
Okay.
distressing.
Good. Let's talk a bit about music then and find out a bit more about your music taste. So let's talk about music. What types of music do you like to listen to?
The type of music that I used to listen was about like musical music because it really the tune of the music was really relaxing and it really soothed in your heart the meaning, and then it will give some inspiration as well.
Mm-hmm. What times of day do you like to listen to music?
Usually I listen music at early in the morning when I wake up because I want to start my day with some inspiration as what I've said. So I want to listen some part of it.
Okay. Did you learn to play a musical instrument when you were a child?
Um, Sad to say, no, because I'd love to, but I guess I don't have a talent, and I don't have a talent for playing some instruments. So sad to say, no.
Mm-hmm. Do you think all children should learn to play a musical instrument?
Yes, because it's really helpful for them since they are still young, that they were able to learn some certain musical instruments, so therefore they can use it in the future where they can share their talents and skills to other people.
Okay, good. Right at the end there, got some really nice vocabulary in, so well done, Jonna. Right at the end, you talked about prowess and skills. Prowess, really good there. Musical prowess, good vocabulary. I will pop that into the comment box for our listeners. Okay, good. A couple of things. You repeated yourself at one point. Try to avoid doing it too much because it can become quite noticeable, but you only did it once. You said, I don't have a talent, so I don't have a talent to play music. Yeah. So try to avoid that kind of repeating large chunks because it can be a fluency and coherence issue. I listen music. I listen begins with a T.
To music.
To music. There we go. So we did correct it. Well done. What kind of music do you like? Musical music. What do you mean?
I mean instrumental music.
Instrumental music. Okay. Sounded a bit unusual there. I thought you meant musicals like, have you ever heard of the film A Sound of Music or The Sound of Music? Yeah, that is an example. Or Cats, there's another one. Les Miserables. All of these are I thought you meant musicals like a theatre production or a film. Instrumental music, fine. If you were going to say, I really like the music from musicals such as, and give some examples to make it really clear. Okay, so it sounded a little bit strange. Musical music. Is there any other kind? Okay. So instrumental music. Yeah. Okay. Brilliant. Good vocabulary there. Just make sure you get it right. Okay. Thank you, Donna. We will have you back shortly. Okay. So back to MJ. Hi, MJ. Let me add you to the stream. Hi, MJ.
Hi.
And are you a big music fan?
Yep.
Okay, brilliant. Let's talk about music, a little bit more development, and I think you should be golden. Okay, let's talk about music. What types of music do you like to listen to?
Well, to be honest, I'm fond of listening music such as alternative rock, slow jazz, and even classical music like Beethoven and Mozart, because I believe it can really help my brain to boost for intelligence, and that's my fact to that.
At what times of day do you like to listen to music?
Every time I want to, because I believe that music can even crack up my mood. Sometimes if I'm going to my workplace, I'm going to maximize the volume of my radio in my car, and even I can set my phone on and just pop up my music anywhere I want to, even though in short I can even listen to music every time.
Did you learn to play a musical instrument when you were a child?
As far as I can remember, it was when I was in high school. Sorry for that word. It was I think it was part of our curriculum in our school program, because one of our professors had taught us on how to play sorts of musical instruments like guitar, piano, and drums. But I'm select I was I my favorite part. Yeah.
Okay. Do you think all children should learn to play a musical instrument?
Absolutely yes, because this is the time they can unleash their adroitness. Because I believe that children are fast learners, and this is the time that they can even unlock their hidden talent or their prowess as well. Because and I think this is the chance they can even showcase their assertiveness to the public.
Okay, brilliant. Some really good vocabulary there, so well done. So showcase their what was that last word? One more time. Showcase their
Assertiveness to the public.
assertiveness. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Good. Much better. A lot more development and some really quite high level vocabulary. So well done. Really natural. One thing I would say. So I'm fond of listening to music. And then you talked about different types of music. Great, showing your range of vocabulary. Crack up my mood.
Yep.
Sounds a little bit unusual.
Okay.
If somebody cracks up, it means they start laughing. Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe lift my mood.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Lift my mood. Raise my spirits. Also,
Okay.
lift my mood. I will pop this into the comments box for people. Lift my mood or raise my spirits. Yeah. Okay. Good. Talking about high school curriculum, the school program, and then again, there. Now, I want to address this quickly because it's something that MJ is doing really well. People have this belief that high-level vocabulary that they should be using is all abstract. So they don't. Lots of people think, let's talk about fruit. They don't think of apple or orange or pear as high-level vocabulary because it is an everyday thing that you can see and touch, and they think that all the vocabulary has to be abstract. What MJ is showing us, and you're doing really well, listing instruments such as the guitar, piano, and drums. What you're showing is a brilliant variety of vocabulary to talk about musical instruments. Yeah, you're showing a good range. So people who think that all of the vocabulary has to be difficult to use or abstract or complex, you also need to show a range. You've done it beautifully. So well done. Unleash their one word I didn't catch. You said unleash their something.
Adroitness.
Adroitness. Okay. Good. So some really quite
like
high
a
level.
masterpiece.
Yeah. If somebody is adroit. Yeah. Okay. So really quite high level. Well done. And showcase their assertiveness, unlock hidden talents, show their musical prowess. Brilliant. Some really high level vocabulary. Well done, MJ.
Thank you.
Much better. Really good.
Thank you.
Okay, and moving on then. Alice is in the stream. Alice, you need to connect your microphone and then we will be able to have you on speaking. Let's move on. I am aware of the time, so let's move on so we have some time for the part threes. Photographs. Hi, Dorothy.
Hello.
Hi, how are you doing? How are you? Good?
I'm just listening.
Okay, just listening. Dorothy, are you much good with a camera? Do you take many photographs?
Not that so many photographs because I really do not love photography.
Oh dear. Okay, well, this could be a slightly tricky question for you, set of questions for you, but that's fine. Good practice for the exam. Sometimes you will get questions about topics that you don't particularly like or know much about. Let's just see how you do. Let's see how you do with these questions about photographs. And Dorothy, not a great photographer, so let's see how you handle them. So Dorothy, let's talk about photographs. What types of photo do you like taking?
I love to take photos that are such as foods and beaches because I think they are good in the camera.
Mm-hmm. Why?
Uh, it is because it gives me a sense of contentment because the pictures in the beaches and the photos are quite and the foods are quite good to see.
Hmm. What do you do with the photos you take?
Usually I just save it in my phone and or somehow if I really like the photos, especially if it's for the occasion, if family occasions, I print it and I just put it on my album.
Hmm. When you visit other places, do you take photos or buy postcards?
Again, the
When you visit
connection
other
is a
when
little
you
bit
visit
choppy.
Yeah, when you visit other places, do you take photos or buy postcards?
I would prefer to take photos because the postcards is not the postcards are quite expensive and if I will take the photos it can be take it could be my preference to take the photos that I really want and I could also save
Okay,
it in
okay,
my
okay,
phone.
okay, okay. Do you like people taking photos of you?
To be honest, I want the people take the photos to me because I want to be a model someday, and as what I've said before, I really do not love to take photos and I just want them to take my picture.
Okay, 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 good. Okay, well done, Dorothy. So quite a difficult topic for you or not? What do you think? How did you find the topic?
Yeah, I really don't like photography. It's
Yeah,
difficult for me.
yeah. Some of these part ones, especially if it's not something you particularly are interested in, can be quite difficult. Okay, so talking about taking photos of food and the sense of contentment it gives you, good vocabulary there. You usually you save the photos in your phone. If it's of the family, then you do print them. Okay, and yeah, talking about the cost of buying postcards and wanting to be a model. Again, I would say towards the end there, quite a unique and creative way of dealing with this question. So well done. Um, yeah, good. As I said before, sometimes there are some pauses and hesitations, also probably because of the unfamiliar topic. Yeah. So just make sure when you're practicing, practice as broad a range of topics as you can. Okay. So make sure you're
Yes.
practicing a real broad range of topics
Thank you.
so you don't get caught out. Okay. Well done, Dorothy. Okay. And taking Dorothy off the stream. Brilliant. And wanting to be a model. So good luck for that. Good luck for that ambition. Um, back to the comments. We've got quite a few people contributing. Really love to see these comments from you guys. Kristan, well, I'm in two minds about it. Okay, about children learning musical instruments. Yeah, great. Talking about passion, finding their passion. And she also thinks that learning a musical instrument is quite expensive, thus it is not for every child. Not every children, every child. Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, talking about the costs of learning. Very good. Isa, welcome, Isa, or Paula Lee. I'm not sure which. Check mo to Paula Lee Chua. Okay, welcome to the stream. Dave, thanks for joining us again. You can get in touch with Swoosh or Connetics about how to join these sessions. S. Iqbal Khan, really love the feedback. Best session going on. So really high praise. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you find it useful and enjoy our sessions. Oh, good evening, Kyo, coming from Myanmar. Oh, wonderful, fantastic. Got people from all around the world coming along. Jayshree asking about how to get connected. Get in touch with the guys at Swoosh and Connetics, and they should be able to tell you how you can participate in these streams. Anna, thank you very much. Good evening to you too. Lovely to see you coming back to the stream, and Kanak as well. Welcome, Kanak, coming from Bangladesh there. Okay, so Alice is jumping in and out. Let's see if we can get you on the stream. Hi, Alice.
Hi, Luke. How are you?
Yeah, really good. Thanks. You?
Fine, thank you. Sorry, I had a few challenges with the technology.
Okay, no problem. Well, great to have you on the stream with us, and welcome. Alice,
Thank you.
Do you particularly like taking photographs of things, or is this going to be difficult?
Well, not really, but once in a while, I love taking photos, especially when I'm in the mood.
Okay, great. Let's find out a bit more about your photographs then. Let's talk about photographs. What types of photographs do you like taking?
Well, most of the time, I love taking photographs, especially when I want to have one to place on my WhatsApp or probably to share with a friend, but not necessarily to post on the social media like the Facebook. I'm usually very shy about that.
Mm-hmm. What do you do with the photos you take?
Well, there are times I just want to admire them, and especially when I feel like I'm feeling confidently well dressed, or I'm feeling like there are those times that you feel like you're so happy about yourself, you just want to appreciate yourself. So during those times, I love taking my photos.
Mm-hmm. When you visit other places, do you take photos or buy postcards?
Definitely, whenever I visit a new site, I always feel that it is a good opportunity to have in the future, which may remind me about some of these sceneries. So I always make sure that at least I have a single or even 2 or 3 photos.
Mm-hmm. Do you like other people taking photos of you?
Not quite. There are times that I feel like they're intruding in my privacy. So unless we are in a gathering or we are having an occasion, I don't necessarily love being taken a photo.
Okay. I don't necessarily love. Okay. Good. Right. Yeah. Good, Alice. One thing I would say right at the end there, you said I don't necessarily love being taken a photo. I don't necessarily. Slight word order. Can we fix it? I don't love being taken a photo. I don't love.
I don't like.
Photo being taken. Yeah.
Yes.
Because you're using the passive there, being taken by someone else. I don't love a photo, or I don't like a photo being taken, not being taken a photo. So you've got the passive form right. Just get the word order there.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right at the end. Yeah, good. Plenty to say. Some really great vocabulary, especially towards the end there. I feel like they're intruding in my privacy, intruding on my privacy. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. And yeah, talking about when you visit a new site, you like to have in the future 2 or 3 photos. When I visit a new site, I like to have 2 or 3 photos for the future. So you've got a couple of word order errors there. Yeah. So
okay.
just work on those as you're practicing. Record yourself speaking, listen back, think about the word orders, and you should be able to hopefully clear some of those up. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Otherwise, in terms of fluency, pronunciation, lovely and clear. Fluency, you keep going quite well. So well done.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Alice. Great to have you on the stream. I know you've been wanting to join for a while.
Sure.
Really keen listener. So lovely to have you here with us. Okay. Welcome, Daveen. Good evening to you too. Thank you very much. Peter and Lab, hi, welcome to the stream. Hope you guys are enjoying it. And we also have Janelle as well, Catherine Gonzalez. I'm not sure what you mean, but okay. Welcome to the stream. Great to have you join us. Is a mock exam included like this? I'm not sure what you mean, Kristan. Could you just be a bit more, a bit clearer with the question? Okay. Hi, Hazel. Lovely to have you joining us. Thank you for coming along. So remember, if anybody is looking for an IELTS, OET or PTE course, Swoosh English currently have up to 50% off in the holiday sale. I believe that is running to the end of January. So if you are looking to take an IELTS test in the new year, now is a great time to sign up and you could get up to 50% off your courses. So head on over to www.swooshenglish.com and check that out. Okay, moving on then, we have speaking part 2. Now, for those of you who regularly join us, you will know that we don't actually do the part 2. We use it to introduce the part 3, just to give more people an opportunity to speak. The part 2 as well, I think on a stream, knowing they're being listened to, is very high pressure for these students. So feel free, guys, to take a screenshot or watch back through the video if you would like to do this part 2, and you will have the topic card there. So feel free to practice that in your own time. So here we have a part 2 topic card. In my opinion, it's an absolutely horrible one. Describe an occasion when you had to wait a long time for someone or something to arrive. Okay. Describe a time when you were waiting and talking for 2 minutes. Oh, Manny likes this topic. Okay, that's great. That's great. Yes, Manny. With good practice and preparation, you should be able to handle most topics. I think this one, lots of people run out of things to say. You really need to tell the story here, give details about the situation, and you will often have to be quite creative with your description. So some people can find that quite difficult. Oh, fantastic. Well done, Manny, scoring a 7. Not easily done. Well done. Millicent and Manny, welcome to the stream. Great to have you joining us. Dave, can you have a consultation before picking a course? I would get in touch with the guys at Swoosh and with the representatives at Swoosh, and they will be able to give you more details about that. Dave and Hermina, good evening. Lovely to have you joining us. Jera as well. Thank you for coming along. So this part 2, I would practice a couple of these and just see how well you can get to 2 minutes. It can be a difficult one, thinking of enough to say for the full time. Remember, you only have to speak for 1 to 2 minutes, but lots of students do try to do the full 2 minutes, and this one can give them some problems. Okay, and you're welcome, Manny. Absolutely my pleasure. So part 3 is a discussion related to part 2. The examiner will make up the questions and they will develop the topics. The questions can be quite difficult. It's not a test of knowledge. This part 3, you probably don't need all that much knowledge. There is one question in there which will test your knowledge about technology a little bit. Just make sure you give a logical answer and develop it a bit. So part 3 here, we've got arriving early. Let's have, Shristi is joining us fresh into the stream. So jumping straight in there, I'm afraid, Shristi, let's have you on the stream. Hi, Shristi.
Hello, Luke.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How about you?
Yeah, good, thanks, good. Are you a very punctual person?
Well, I would say so, but
Oh,
sometimes I may run out of time.
okay. So, yeah, sometimes a little bit late. Well, in this part 3, we are going to be talking about arriving early. So, let's talk about arriving early. In what kinds of situations should people always arrive early?
Well, in my opinion, I think people should arrive early when they have something important, like when they have given time for someone else for meeting. So they don't want others to keep waiting for them. So at such times, we should be um, we should arrive early.
Hmm. Um, what about if somebody has an important appointment? Let's say, for example, if they need to do an application or go to an exam. Do you think those are important?
Yeah, definitely, because such kinds of things are very important and have very high value. So we should be very punctual and try to arrive early so that we don't rush and just make mistakes when we are in hurry.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. And what problems could it be if you're late for it? Well, what problems could it give you if you're late for an exam?
Well, I think the first thing is that when someone arrives late at the exam, they are very anxious, and which makes them lose their calmness. As a result, they won't be able to concentrate, and they will just lose focus, which could uh, due to which the exam could go wrong.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. In your country, is it important to arrive early?
Yeah, it is. I think it's important in every country to arrive early, not just in my country.
Hmm. Hmm. If somebody doesn't allow enough time for a journey, what issues could they have when they're on their way to an appointment?
Sorry, could you repeat that again?
If somebody doesn't leave enough time to make a journey, what issues might make them late for an appointment?
Um, well, that's a tricky one, but I think they'll be, first of all, they will be late, and then they might they might be, they might not be able to catch bus or something like that if they have to travel through public transportation.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay, and how can modern technology help people to arrive early?
I believe due to the modern technologies, like we can save notes or alarms which will remind us about our to-do list. And then the technology in the field of transportation also, they help in traveling faster. So I think that way modern technology helps people arrive early.
Okay, good, Tristy. Well done. Right. Yeah, good. What do you think about your speaking? What do you think you do well?
Well, I was not able to answer properly.
Okay, yeah. So you do develop your answers. You're keeping going, and not too many hesitate. There were some hesitations there, especially at one point. Let me just find it. Yeah, when you were talking about, I think when you were talking about it being or they might not be able to concentrate in an exam, there was a bit of a hesitation there. I think looking for the word concentrate. or they might not be able to be on time. And as you noticed, one of the questions there was quite difficult. And she told us that's a tricky one, showing that you are taking some time to think and prepare the answer. That is absolutely fine. What you're telling us is this is not a vocabulary problem. I need the ideas first. Okay, good. Vocabulary. The vocabulary is sufficient and totally adequate for the topic. Could be a little bit more high-level vocabulary, especially with these things around time. There are lots of time phrases that could be really helpful and pull that vocabulary level up. So be sure to check them out. Phrases around time. Other than that, yeah, talking about technology and traveling faster. Think about things. Maybe think about things like mobile phones, Google Maps. These kinds of things could be a good source of vocabulary. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well done, Tristy. And in terms of pronunciation, really nice, clear, and easy to understand. So well done. Okay, thank you for joining us, Tristy. I'm going to take you off the stream. We are running out of time, so we will have Alice and MJ, and then we will be closing. Manny, unfortunately, has had to go, but thank you so much for coming along. Kristan talking about several occasions where people should arrive early, and the most common situations is if they have a meeting or presentation. Yeah, okay, good. A couple of important things that you might not want to be late for there. Jenel talking about punctuality and managing to make your commitments. Being punctual means you value, respect the time. Okay, respecting the time of other people too. So good. Let's have Alice. Hi, Alice.
Hi, Luke.
Hi. Are you a very punctual person, Alice?
Well, when it comes to getting to any place in time, I can say I'm very good. And it has been like this for a long time, since when I was a child.
Okay, good. Well, let's talk about arriving early then. Sounds like it's something that you do quite naturally. So let's talk about arriving early. In what kinds of situations should people always arrive early?
Well, I believe that anytime one recognizes that they live in a place where there is traffic, especially in the morning, it would always be advisable to leave a little bit early and give themselves an allowance just in case there is traffic on the road.
Yeah. What kinds of things can people do to try and avoid traffic?
Well, I believe that it is important to get to understand how the routes they use every day are. For example, if you notice that a certain route is heavy with traffic in the morning, you could use an alternative route, or consider leaving a little bit early from the house so that you can have some more time to allow for any lateness.
Yeah. What do you think people should do if they know they're going to be late because of an unforeseen delay?
Well, depending on where they're going, they need to alert the person or whoever they are going to meet. For example, if they are going for a meeting, it would be important for them to call that particular person so that they can let them know that they would delay to avoid any inconvenience for them.
Can arriving early ever cause any problems?
Well, I don't think so, because, for example, if one is going to work, even if the place may not be open by the time they get there, they can always wait.
What if you're going to somebody's house, for example, for a dinner party, and you arrive very early?
Well, if one is going to a party, or probably you've been invited for a certain function, I guess it would be important to either get into some place and, for example, a supermarket, and ensure that you take time before you arrive at the place where you had been invited, instead of getting there too early.
Why is that?
It might be an inconvenience to the particular person that you are meant to visit, hence making them get inconvenienced.
How can modern technology help people to arrive early?
Well, I guess that you can make use of the Google Maps, because it will ensure that even if you didn't know a certain place, it will help you to be able to know which is the best route to use. And it will also save time instead of you probably talking to people or looking around.
Yeah. And what technologies have contributed to Google Maps, which is so successful? Any ideas?
Sorry?
Which technologies have contributed to people using things like Google Maps?
Well, I guess it's because everyone owns a phone, more so a smartphone. And since this gadget, people have it all the time, it has always made it very easy and accessible for people to get to know places, because it is just within a fraction of a second that they have to look for particular places, even when they have never been to those places.
Okay, good, Alice. Shristi and Alice, they're both speaking at a high enough level. They start to get some of these more difficult questions. Well done, Alice. You handled it really well there. So in terms of vocabulary, some really nice vocabulary there. Talking about a fraction of a second. Really nice, natural, high-level vocabulary. It only takes a fraction of a second. Really great natural speaking. One point there, you did have some repetition when we were talking about what happens if you arrive too early. It might be an inconvenience, so you need to do this. Otherwise, there'll be inconvenience. Some repetition. It's not a huge issue, though. Not a huge issue by any stretch. So good. What do you think you need to work on the most, Alice?
Well, I have been having a challenge in speaking very fast. And like you mentioned earlier, I noticed that I have a problem with the organization of my words. So probably I need to do a lot more practice to remove that.
Yeah, okay. This time around, we didn't have the word order issue, actually. So, or I didn't notice it, and I was kind of listening for it as well. So, yeah, a couple of points. The accent a little bit. For example, this word alert. Say alert.
Alert.
There we go. The first time it's more like an a sound, alert. Yeah. So
okay.
So there a couple of the vowel sounds could be a little bit clearer, but it's not a huge issue. Your speaking there was quite good, so well done. Yeah, really
Thank you so much, Luke. I really appreciate it. I've been longing for this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Wonderful to have you. Somebody is asking, I believe you're from Kenya, is that correct?
Yes, I am from Kenya, Nairobi.
We've got somebody in the comments saying that you have a lovely accent and they were wondering where you were from. So we'd share that.
Thank you. Thank you.
And absolutely, you have a lovely accent. Just a couple of points with the vowel sounds. Like I said, it is not a huge problem, but it could prevent you getting to the very highest bands for pronunciation. Okay.
Thank you, Luke.
Okay, you're welcome. Pleasure to have you. Okay, thank you, Alice. That is unfortunately all we've got time for today. Unless MJ has been jumping in and out of the stream. If MJ appears in the next sort of half a minute or so, then we will give MJ an opportunity to do the part 3. If not, we will close. Just like to make sure that all the speakers who joined do have a go at some of the part 3 questions before we finish. And I will, in the meantime, talk you through the second part 3 frame while we wait to see if MJ does appear again. So this one about being patient, not the kind of patient that you treat in the hospital. What kinds of jobs require the most patience? I'm sure you guys, as some very busy nurses, probably having to deal with lots of bureaucracy, or maybe sometimes patience can be a little bit difficult and try your patience. So maybe your job requires some patience. What other jobs require patience as well? So have a little think about that. Is it very important to be patient for some work? Is it always better to be patient in work or studies? Or are there some times when you just need to get things done? What if you are working to very tight deadlines? Maybe if you're working to a tight deadline, or if you need to administer drugs to a patient quite urgently, maybe you don't have time to wait for the pharmacist to go and find them. Yeah, so, or maybe you don't have time for the pharmacist to work their way down the list to get to you. So maybe sometimes you shouldn't be patient. Maybe you should be a bit more pushy and hurrying people along. Do you agree or disagree that the older people are, the more patient they are? Again, purely opinion. Try and think of a couple of examples there. Maybe you know some old people who are not very patient at all, or maybe you do think that the older people are. Good comparison here. What about the difference between children? Young children may not be very patient, or teenagers compared to adults, maybe older people. Are they more or less patient than slightly younger adults? That would be an interesting discussion there. And what kind of situations can make people less likely to be patient? So when might you start to lose your patience? Okay, MJ is here. MJ, do you have any devices? We need some kind of microphone to add you into the stream and give you a shot at this part 3. I am quite keen to close because it's quite late for some people. Try and get a microphone in. If you can, before we close, I would like to give you a chance to do some part 3 questions. Okay, Jay Shri, you're welcome. Absolutely my pleasure. Yeah, Hazel asking about how to join the live session, and Shams as well. It would be great to have you guys along. Do get in touch with them at Swoosh English and Connetics and see how you can get involved in some of these sessions. It would be really great to have you guys along. Okay, MJ, I'm afraid you don't have any microphone. Are you able to connect one? Because I do want to get this wrapped up. Unfortunately not. MJ, when you're back next, be great to have you back next week, MJ. I will make a note to make sure that you definitely get into the part 3s first. Your speaking is quite high level, and we like to give you the more difficult topics, but definitely want you to have a chance at some of these part 3s. Welcome. You're welcome, everybody who is saying thank you in the comments. You're welcome, Hazel. My pleasure. Really great to have you guys joining in on the stream. Thank you so much to all our speakers. Without them, we wouldn't be able to do these sessions. And we've had some great language today and some really good effort from our speakers. So really appreciate you guys finding the time to come along. As ever, have a fantastic weekend and a brilliant week to all you nurses. Really appreciate the hard work that you guys have been doing throughout these difficult times, and thank you so much for taking the time to join us. So that's all from us today. Look forward to seeing you guys next week. Take care, everybody, and bye-bye. Have a fantastic weekend and a brilliant week, and we hope to see you next time. Hermina asking when the next session is, very quickly before we close. The next session, the next of these speaking practice sessions, these run every Friday at 3 p.m. UK time. We also have a question analysis, question analysis session or an answer analysis session that runs on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I believe the Tuesdays are at 2:30 and Thursdays are at 4 o'clock. Maybe the other way around. Just let me check my calendar. Yeah, 2:30 on Tuesdays. We have the question analysis, and then 4 p.m. on Thursdays. And those sessions are shorter, but always love to have you guys coming along for those. Okay. Yeah, you're welcome, Pachu, Hermina, and Anna. Great to have you guys joining us. Thanks to all our speakers and thanks to all you listeners. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.